Should you always clean your records? I think you should. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Josh with Hi-Fidelity Records. I just wanted to come to you and talk about something that a lot of people have been coming to me about, and they've been saying, hey Josh, should I be cleaning my records? Why are these records, these new records, I'm opening them and they don't sound clean, they don't look clean straight out of the gate? Well, the easy answer to that is yes, you should clean all of your records. Whether they're new records, whether they're used records, you should clean them all. And here's why. These pressing plants, they're not like hermetically sealed labs with people with lab coats on. I mean, even the best pressing plants, I did some work at QRP back when I was at Analog Productions, and, they do their best to make things clean, but they're still in a factory. There's still going to be dust. There's still going to be debris, and they're still dealing with plastic, so there's going to be some stuff floating around in the air. So even if you're getting your records from these pressing plants like a QRP or an RTI or a Palace in Germany, they should all be cleaned. But specifically if you're buying records that are pressed at a place like GZ or United or any of your maybe 30 and under records, your garden variety records like your Taylor Swifts and your Bruno Mars and things like that, you should be cleaning all those too. But I want to show you a few of the methods that I use to clean records, and they may or may not be right for you. And then I'll come back and then we'll go into some different methods. All right, so first up we've got the VPI 16.5 vacuum record cleaning machine. And I've had this bad boy for a while. It does a fantastic job. It's a little labor intensive. I'm going to apply a little bit of audio intelligence one-step fluid on there. My go-to. Give it a good brushing. You don't want to get too crazy and break the platter, but make sure you're activating those bubbles, getting them down into the grooves, letting them do their work. And then we'll vacuum this off because it's essentially just a turntable with a vacuum built in. That's kind of what we have going on here. All right, now that we're done, we're going to swing the wand around, turn on the vacuum. Make sure you let this go around at least a few times to make sure you get all the fluid off. Nothing worse than taking a record off and put it in the sleeve and it's still wet. And voila, we're done. Next up is the KL Audio Ultrasonic, and this is my go-to for all new records. And I also use this in tandem with the VPI for records that need a little extra love. I'm going to stick this dude on the 5 record changer. It's going to lower it in. It's going to pump the water in from the reservoir down below, which actually has a filter. It's going to pump it into the machine. And then when it's ready, the cleaning process will begin. And we have this set to 5-minute cleaning and a 5-minute drying time. I love the KL Audio. It's a little pricey, but it's worth every penny, especially when you're cleaning tons of records. Okay, now that we went through some different ways I clean them with the KL Audio Ultrasonic and the VPI vacuum cleaner, let's talk about some more economical options. I know that those aren't in everyone's budget, and I'm crazy. I'm OCD. I love using both of those in tandem or by themselves, and I clean a lot of records from my website and from my own collection. But you don't have to spend that kind of money, We've got like the Spin Clean, which is, under $150, and that's a great option for folks. Heck, even if you're just using, some distilled water in a rag just to get like the extra dust off of them, I think that that's a great option. Anything before you put that needle down on that groove is going to help keep your record in great shape. Let's go to some other ways that I also help preserve my records. Number one, I'm always using these guys. Boom. These are the anti-static sleeves by Mobile Fidelity. Let me get one of them out. you can actually see this dude. Boom, boom. And I use these guys. And why? Well, the paper sleeves, you slide them in and out. You're scratching your record every single time you slide that dude in and out. With this guy, not so much. And, you know, you don't have to buy the mobile fidelity. You know, QRP makes some, quality record pressing. They're from the same factory, so you can order those in bulk from acousticsounds.com. But there's a ton of good options, just as long as you're not using the paper sleeve. Please, promise me you won't use the paper sleeve. Will you promise me? Okay, let's move on. As far as the jackets go, I really love, these are the MoFi Ultra Clears. And what I like about these, they have a little bit of body to them, so they protect the edges from corner bangs. But I just love them because they just make your album pop. They're super clear and they're not going to get cloudy like a regular sleeve. I love these for vintage records and for, you know, smaller jackets. They fit perfect. But if we're talking about something that's a little bit bigger, like Analog Productions 45 or a Mobile Fidelity, I really like these Japanese resealables. They got a little more room on the bottom and the edges to hold those dudes. And, you know, they just got a resealable strip right here, if you can see that. And then it just folds over, and there's no chance of your jacket getting stuck on there because it's on the back. I love these, and they've got a little, they don't have as much body, but they've got a little bit, you know. Just be easy on your records, guys. They cost money. You worked hard for them. So those are two of the best options, and the options I use for every record that I sell on my website. Another thing that I really recommend is getting a good anti-static brush. And there's a ton of good ones out there. I love the Audio Quest, which you can get at musicdirect.com. I think probably even Acoustic Sounds carries it. And it's got carbon fiber bristles, and it actually has the Audio Quest one where it grounds you. And that really helps before you put the needle down onto the groove on the record. That's really going to help get all that maybe extra dust that it might have collected off of there. And it also reduces the you know, electrostatic charge, which can cause pops and clicks on your record. So that's another thing you really need to have in your arsenal to have a really good vinyl record setup. Really, it's all about taking care of your records, and it's about taking care of your turntable too. You know, if you've invested money and a good turntable, and you've invested, you know, $50, $60 in some of these records, you really owe it to your needle and to your records to keep them in great collection. And I think if you do, man, your grandkids are going to be spinning these records and say, "Thank you, Grandpa. I appreciate you taking care of these records. Thank you." And your needle's going to thank you, because let's say, you know, you're like me and you've got a, you know, $1,000 plus cartridge on your turntable. You know, you're gonna get the most out of that cartridge by keeping your records clean. I mean, you really are. I mean, I've been running mine for over 3,000 hours. I've got the Ortofon Black moving magnet cart, and it sounds as good as the day I got it. And that's because I've always cleaned my records. So please keep your records clean. And yes, if it's a new record, always clean it. I know you spent $60 on it, you spent $50 on it, you should be able to pull it right out and play it. And in a perfect world, that would be true. But like I said previously, you know, these record pressing plants, even the creme de la creme, like a QRP and an RTI, they try their best, but it's still gonna get kind of dirty in there. And so I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Gonna have some great content coming to you guys, and appreciate you watching. Peace.